DNA profiling. We use short tandem repeats or STRs in DNA fingerprinting, otherwise known as DNA profiling. STRs are short repeating units of genetic code. In non-coding DNA regions there are repeated units of particular sequences. STRs are also known as microsatellites. For example, there is a location or locus on chromosome 7 called D7S820. At this place in everyone, there are repeating units of GATA. Everyone has at least 5 repeats of GATA, but some people can have up to 16 repeats of GATA. The flanking sequence underlined is unique to this STR. It is used to amplify or make more copies of the sequence using PCR. The specific primers are added to lock onto the start of the STR. PCR makes millions of copies of this section of DNA. A person only inherits one STR from the region from each parent, as the gamete is haploid. Your mother has 2 copies of the D7S820, one from her mother and one from her father. The same with your father. Now let's look at an example. The mother here got the 7 repeat STR from her father and the 9 STR repeat from her mother. The father got his 12 repeat STR from his dad and the 14 repeat STR from his mum. So the mum has the STRs 7 and 9 on her homologous chromosome 7s. And the dad has the STRs 12 and 14 on his homologous chromosome 7s. Mum and dad can only give one of their STRs to any child. Let's look at the first child, child A. It got the 7 repeat STR from mum and the 12 repeat STR from dad. Now the second child, child B. It got the STR 7 from the mother and the STR 14 from the father. Now the third child, child C. It got the STR 9 from the mother and the 12 STR from the dad. Can you do child D? Have a go now. That's right, child D got the STR 9 from the mother and the STR 14 from the father. The DNA profile of a person doesn't normally look like this. Normally we see the result of the fragments run on a gel. The gel separates the fragments based upon size. The ladder, or standard, is a combination of known fragment lengths, so that we can tell the length of the other fragments. The smaller the fragment, the further it travels. Now look at the mum and the dad. The smaller STR fragment, the one with only 7 repeats, travels the furthest, whilst the largest STR fragment size, the one with 14 repeats, travels the shortest distance. Mum can only give one STR of 7 or 9 to each child, and dad can only give one STR of 12 or 14 to each child. When you look across the gel, you can see that each child has one STR from mum and one STR from dad. This is how paternity testing is done. If one of the children has an STR that is not of the mother or father, then it must have come from outside the marriage.